So what you'll need to get started, you will need a couple stitch markers and either a removable stitch marker or a safety pin to mark the front of your work. And we'll be using size 8 circular needles, at least a 32-inch length. We'll be knitting it flat, but we need the length to accommodate all our stitches. So for the yarn, you're going to need about 512 yards of yarn. So I've chosen Vanna's Choice in Barley. So I'm going to go ahead and take your needle and yarn and cast on 211 stitches and begin a seed stitch. And we'll be doing 11 rows of this, and your first row will be the wrong side. When you start your second row, then just mark it with a removable stitch marker or a safety pin so you know that this is the front of your work. For full written instructions, please check the description box below, click Show More, and you'll see the full list of instructions there that you can then copy and paste into a Word or Notepad and print it out. Once you've completed your 11 rows of seed stitch, we're going to begin our lace work. Now the good thing about this lace pattern is that it only contains 6 rows and all even rows are purled. So this will go by really fast with us having so many stitches. So first what you want to do is continue your first and last 5 stitches in your seed stitch. So you want to start off with a knit 1, purl 1, and repeat that for your 5 stitches. And then you're going to place a stitch marker. Now this is going to make it easy because throughout this whole hat we are keeping the first and last 5 stitches in seed stitch. So when working the pattern, once you get to a stitch marker, you'll know to switch to your seed stitch. So once you place your marker, we're going to begin our lace pattern. So for row 1 of our lace pattern, you're going to begin with a knit 1. And now you're going to start a repeat of yarn over, slip, slip, knit. So slip, slip, and then insert your left needle in the front of those stitches and knit them together. Then you're going to knit 3, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, and you're going to repeat that until you reach your last 5 stitches. When you're down to your last 5, then you're going to place your other stitch marker and continue in seed stitch. So knit 1, purl 1, repeat that to the end. And remember, throughout this whole pattern, our first 5 and our last 5 are staying seed stitch. And a tip for doing seed stitch, make sure you work an odd number of stitches and you'll always repeat the same pattern on both rows. So then for row 2 of our lace, we're just going to purl all our pattern rows and continue our seed stitch on our side rows. For row 3, you're going to work your first 5 in seed stitch, and then you're going to knit 1 and begin a repeat of knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2. Then you're just going to repeat that till your last 5, work your seed stitch, and then purl row 4. So for row 5, you're just going to start off with your You're going to start off with your first 5 stitches in your seed stitch. Then you're going to knit 1. And then begin a repeat of knit 2. Yarn over. Then we're going to do a 2-stitch decrease. So you're going to start off by slipping 2 stitches at the same time. So put your right needle in front of the second stitch on your left needle, and you're going to slip off both stitches knitwise. Then you're going to knit your next stitch, and you're going to pass both slip stitches over and off. So now we've just done a 2-stitch decrease. After that, we're going to yarn over and knit 3. And you're just going to repeat that till your last 5 stitches, work your seed stitch, and then purl row 6. Now that we've completed all 6 rows of the lace pattern, you're going to go ahead and do 10 rows of seed stitch. So after you complete your 10 seed stitch rows, then you're going to go ahead and repeat our 6 lace rows again and 10 more seed stitch rows. Then after you do your 10, then you're just going to bind off in seed stitch. So now you have the scarf part of your hooded scarf. So now where you've marked it before as front row, if you didn't mark it, it's where the design is flat. You can see on the reverse side how it's bumpy. So the side that the knit stitches are showing, that is the front if you didn't mark it. So what you're going to do to start our hood is you're going to fold your scarf in half, wrong sides facing each other. So you want the right side facing out towards you, and you want to fold your scarf in half. So once you have your scarf folded in half, you're either going to take a safety pin or your removable stitch marker, and you're going to mark the center of your fold. So now from here you want to go 10 inches from your stitch marker. So on both sides, you're going to go at the fold and go 10 inches. And you're going to place another marker. And then you're going to repeat that on the other side. So now you should have your center mark and your 10 inches from center marked on both sides. So you're going to go ahead and take your needles and leaving a small tail on the inside of your scarf, you're going to pick up 91 stitches evenly between your 2 markers. You need to disregard your center marker again. So you want to pick up 91 stitches evenly between these 2 markers on the right side of your work. So you want to see the right side of your scarf while picking up these stitches. So between my stitch markers, I ended up having 69 stitches, so I needed to add 22 more to get my 91. So every 3rd stitch, I increased 1 by just picking up the stitch loop here and then just pulling up an extra loop. So once you have your 91 stitches, you're going to do 11 rows of seed stitch. So once you've worked your 11 seed stitch rows, you're going to place your markers after the first 5 and before the last 5 stitches. And we're going to keep these in seed stitch through the rest of our pattern like we've done before. And you're going to work the 6 lace rows and 10 seed stitch rows 3 times. full written description will be down below so you can check it out to keep track of your work. So once you complete your 3 repeats of the lace and the seed stitch, you can either go ahead and bind off and then sew this together, or you can do a 3 needle bind off. If you do the 3 needle bind off, you want to put the right sides together with the wrong side facing you. And just grab another needle matching the size you've been working with. And you're just going to hold your stitches with some on the back needle and some on the front needle. And you just pick up the front stitch and the back stitch at the same time. Knit them, pull them both off, then knit, then put your needle through the next stitch and the back stitch, knit them, pull them off, and then like a normal bind off, just take the first stitch and pull it over and off. And you'll just repeat that until you've seamed your whole hat together. Now all you have to do is weave in your ends and you're done. So I hope you enjoyed this hat. If you make it, please send me photos. And if you've made any projects and you would like to send me some pictures, I will put them at the end of my videos occasionally. I hope you guys enjoyed this hat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.